menu and I'll join you.
Or maybe Evans.
Alright. Press... So it's giving me that option again. I can press the bracket and now it's auto-joining you.
So maybe we should do it, the invite while we're both in the
menu.
In the menu, try it that way next time.
I'm on the infamous black loading screen here, so see if it works. Okay. I am loaded, I'm in a bed.
Wow, you loaded faster than me, and I started before you.
People are saying there's been a frame rate increase, the server's a bit more responsive and stable, so I think maybe rebooting the servers did some of that. I'm not sure what they fixed just yet, but they're right, frame rate is a lot better.
I didn't have to hit the left alt F, I just push forward and he gets up.
Yeah. Me too. Told me I could hit left alt F to stand up, but it turned out that that wasn't necessary. I am on pad... What is this? Alpha. Strut Alpha.
And I am too. Okay. Coming into the room right now.
Sweet. Yeah, I see you.
Left. Are we across from each other?
I'm jumping.
Okay, yeah, I'm on the other side. Turn the other way. To your left.
Yep. I gotcha. Alright, you wanna spawn a constellation and we'll fly it over to Levski and then spawn in a rover and see if we can cram that sucker in there on stream?
Sure.
Let me know what pad you're on.
Pad 10.
Pad 10. Okay, making my way to 10. Right behind you.
Does seem a little better, it's not as choppy.
Yeah, the frame rate is markedly improved. I'm not sure if the patch did that or just simply rebooting the servers did that. I'll take it either way. Looks like you got a full spawn. I've had hit and miss with spawning ships. The asset's not fully spawning, but looks like we're good here.
Oh, no, I didn't do it. Let me see if it... That's weird. It looked red like it did last time when it said I was breaking into one, but... I find it's better to get on this elevator from the ends. That way you got more room to not overshoot it.
Yeah. I'm gonna hop in the co-pilot seat and see what that experience is.
Uh-oh, elevator's not coming up.
I see it up.
To me, it's like 2 foot down. I was able to walk out of it, but it's like 2 foot drop in there.
Interesting. Okay. Hopefully that doesn't break it. So doesn't look like I can enter the co-pilot seat without the ship powered up or something. It's not letting me get in there.
Engine on.
Is this the Aquila?
Yeah.
Tell by that big beautiful screen there, or
The only thing I wish with this one, and I would think they would do it because it is the Explorer one, is that there should be enough room up front to walk all the way around to have like an observation deck.
I agree, rather than having it be glass down there. Alright, so I'm in the
Right.
co-pilot seat.
Okay.
Doesn't look like I can change my displays or anything, though.
Alright.
I have a power on button here, though, for the co-pilot seat. Try that. Power on. Oh yeah, I hit power on. I now have a display. I can control shields. I can access the menu. Energy distribution. I'll look at comms. It's pretty...
Let's
pretty
do a
handy.
test. See if you can set the destination.
Ooh. Ooh. It's a good test. I'm pretty sure I have to do that in Moby, though. So I'm not sure if it'll
Right,
do
but
it.
just curious if you can do it.
Yep. I'm doing it right now. Delamar, right? Because we want to go to Levski. So Delamar. And set destination. Okay. It should be my destination now. I'm not sure if that translated to you because it was on my Moby.
That's what I'm curious about, is if it does. Alright, so
The double UI interaction thing seems to be a lot better now too. Since the patch.
I actually see your window active over there.
Yeah, and I can actually looking at your guns and missiles, heat dissipation.
This is like actually fucking cool.
Isn't it? It's fucking awesome. It really is.
I mean that and Evans was looking at your screen and you were looking at him and his
You see the
head
heads
was
turn,
really
and his head turned.
aiming.
Yep.
This is wow.
They've really hit something, I think, here. I think that's why I love Star Citizen. They've really kind of...
Alright.
They've hit a good game mechanic here.
Hold
I
on.
can go in here and adjust shields.
Can you imagine 5 pilots and co-pilots, like 5 interacting in a single
So we're
ship?
going to
Look
Damar.
at this. You're playing
Damar.
with the shield ammo and whatever the energy power.
Yeah, so this is power distribution. I can distribute it towards weapons, towards shields, which I'm guessing is that, and then down towards engines down there. Typically, you'd want it kind of in the middle, unless you're in a fight. Then you'd want to adjust accordingly. But
Yeah, I think they had something there for cooperation and interaction, and it's
quite
seamless.
impressive.
It's seamless. Well, what's the term? It's very, no permission given, and it's you're streamlining these abilities.
Go to the outside view of the ship.
yeah, well, actually, the view on the co-pilot seat here, while we're in, it's actually pretty stellar too.
Your Mobius is some kind of a personal computer.
Like, yeah, your
suit,
smartphone.
I guess.
OS.
Think of it like a holographic display on a smartwatch, kind of. Yeah, kind of what they're aiming for. It's just a
They
small
originally
device.
had it as like a full interactable, like mechanical device on your arm, and then they decided to switch it to a holographic look.
Yeah, like a Pip Boy. A little bit more like
Levski?
holographic. Levski, yep. We're gonna land. Levski's fairly large outpost. There's some landing pads there. We might want to... So I was able to actually just land anywhere there, and my ship didn't disappear the first time around, so we could try that.
I think if you just land on the outskirts, as long as you're not on a pad. When I landed on the pad, it specifically said to store it because they want to keep them free.
Yeah, we could do that.
The graphics, though, I'm not terribly impressed. Okay, I'm streaming in 720 right now. That's the source you're giving, so... And I'm missing all the lights, effect, bloom, and all that.
The
But
graphics
I'm
in this
not
game are
terribly
impressive.
impressed with the cockpit at this point. Uh,
So what they've done is they've gone for a level of realism that may turn some people off because it's so heavily detailed and so realistic. It's not flashy, it's not the bang, right? And then every ship has different graphics set. We're in an RSI ship. They've typically been relegated towards more of a utilitarian form over function. RSA ships very much so, versus the Origin ships, which are they're top of the line. They're elitist. Very much more streamlined, luxury. There's hot tubs. There's mirrors above the bed, shit like that, right? Like super high end.
They have different build styles for each company. They actually, just like you have car companies that have their own look, you can look at a certain car and know it's a Ford or a Dodge or whatever. They do the same thing with the ship companies, the ship brands.
Right, and right now we're in a Constellation, so you're going to get this very much utilitarian look. Panels, bolts, glass, nothing extremely impressive. It sounds like we're getting in the atmosphere now.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I see Levski pulling up here.
Yeah, speed's not coming down as fast as I'd like.
So directly in front of us and below us, there's a fairly good place to land, and it's close enough that we can walk and get a rover, and then come back with it. So directly below us now.
Yeah, I'm trying to slow down.
Okay. Just don't try to land on any of the pads there. It's going to be tricky.
No, I'm not going to. I'm going back to that flat spot you were talking about. All right.
but I mean, they're very good now.
There's actually somebody landing in that one right below us right now, if you see that. Inside the hangar bay. Somebody just went down in there. Now the doors are closing.
Oh, yep. I do see that. I just switched to third-person
That's
view.
nice. Oh, nice.
Pretty impressive, huh? So, let me zoom in a little bit on the ship. As far as graphics go, you might not be getting like the full effect.
Of course, no.
If you're on stream there.
This.
Definitely doesn't handle as well as in space.
So, I'm in third person now. I'm looking back at
Missile
the cockpit.
launcher on the back? On its back?
So those are two big turrets. The missile launcher. See where the RSI logo is? And then
Can you look at the underside? Show them the Merlin.
So
Just keep in mind there's at least a 7-8 second delay on the screen.
So on the top of the ship here, the missiles kind of extend out in a missile rack and then launch out of the missile rack. But that's only if you're in combat and you've actually engaged the missile rack. Until then, they're actually kind of stowed. And I'll show you where they're stowed inside the ship.
How am I looking? You have the external view. How am I looking for clear?
You're clear below.
That's one thing you need with the bigger ships is you need other people to spot for you because you just can't.
There's some rocks that I can't judge the height of the rocks just yet. But...
Shit, I can't tell anything from that.
Okay, so let me spin around and wait a couple seconds for the stream. I'm watching the stream on my other computer here too, so...
I'm trying to go with the external view, but it's not helping.
There's actually a ship docked underneath the Constellation. You see it there, the P-52.
It's a little snub fighter that's attached to it.
You can actually get in. Make sure your landing gear's down.
Oh, yeah, I
Looks
guess
like a drone. Attached to this ship, it looks like a drone.
It's a little. It looks like a drone, but it is actually a pilotable ship, definitely. You can't really use it yet. You can spawn it independently, but you can't get out.
Alright, I think I'm below that clear spot that was below me.
Yeah. You've got rocks right underneath you. Hold on. Well, you might end up straddling it, actually. You might be good here.
Well, we can't because the we gotta drop the
You're right.
bay.
So go forward a little, 15 meters or so, and then stop, and then down, and you're clear here. Yep. That's good.
Wrong way. Damn it. I think we're still...
Looks like we're good. A lot
Ooh.
uneven, but
I hate trying to judge. They need to do something to tell you that you're level. They don't have that at all. Am I flattening out, or am I...
you seem level. Bring it down gently, and you probably would be okay.
Well, it's not...
You're not level now, but if you come down slowly, it should be good.
Well, it's just doing... It's acting on its own inertia or whatever it's doing. I'm not doing anything. Everything's at 0.
So bring us
feel like
down. We're
I feel like
floating.
we're floating.
Yeah, we're not on the ground. Bring us down a little. There you go. And then do a power off, so we stick it here.
Come on, damn it. Come on. This is so freaking tedious.
If you're curious, there we go.
Alright, engine up.
Alright, yeah, we're down. I'm gonna exit the seat here.
Why do I still have... There they go. Okay, there goes the displays. Which way do I have to go to get out
On
of this?
the right, if you do, press and hold F and go to the right, there you go.
Yeah, sometimes hard to, like, when I sat on the on the Dragonfly inside the hangar, I couldn't get off the thing. I couldn't find the exit spot.
I'm not sure I can lower the primary cargo bay, because I'm not the owner of the ship.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Looks like that
Hey.
one. Hey, how's it going? We are
Good.
live on stream, by the way.
Yeah. I just came to say
Hello.
hi, and that's it.
Okay. I'm gonna use the elevator over here to not risk bugging out. To get down. The ladders sometimes I can't even interact with them.
To me, it's
Were you-
showing...
Were you guys piloting together?
Yeah, we're in a larger ship. We're in a constellation. We just landed on another planet.
Nice.
And then we are going to pick up a little rover and see if we can't get it loaded.
We
Cool.
can lower the ramp while we're down. And where did I go?
I think I just EVA'd.
I think I just fell through the world.
I see you standing on the...
Alright, well, have fun.
Yeah, will do. Thanks.
Nope. According to my map, I'm 20.9 kilometers away from my Aquila.
Awesome. I'll tell you what. The Aquila's still here, and it's still landed. I'm gonna go see if I can spawn a rover while you try to get back here.
Oh, I'm like in space. I'm just floating. I think I just dropped through the world
You
and
dropped through Delamar, that's funny.
I don't get this at all.
We got a little bit of a walk here to get to Levski. It's about over a kilometer.
Problem is now is if I respawn, I'm gonna respawn on Crusader.
Yep, because there's no persistence, and your ship might actually despawn, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
I'm gonna have to kill myself because I'm just here unless there's something else I can do.
Something you
Oh,
do
well.
have to be careful of is your vitals. So the bottom left-hand corner is actually your
My
heart
vitals
rate.
are fine. I'm just glitched through the world. I was at this point. I just when I went off the deck at the bottom of the ladder, it just glitched me out into
Yeah.
nothing.
I'm sprinting here across Delamar, and you can see on the bottom left-hand corner my heart rate is actually increasing. And when you get to 160, 170, you actually get a warning that if you don't stop sprinting, you're going to pass out. When you sprint like that, you also use more oxygen. So if we look at our Moby here, you see my O2 tank is actually at about an hour of oxygen, so there's plenty of oxygen there. It is going down steadily.
If you want to show them how in-depth things are, show them the advanced flight keyboard mapping.
Oh, I saw that the other day.
It's pretty crazy. There's a lot of stuff you can map. You can get kind of nuts. The default mappings, though, they work. It's not... That's something you really have to tinker with unless you have a custom setup with custom joysticks and whatnot.
Alright, this thing's not even letting me kill myself.
Alt... Was it alt backspace, or...?
Backspace, yeah. Alt backspace, force respawn.
So that's interesting. It's your constellation. We are grouped, and I'm getting a waypoint to it. So there is some sort of grouping mechanic going on that's linking me to your ship. That's nice. It hasn't despawned just yet, as far as I can tell.
Apparently I'm still falling whatever's happening because I'm now 30 kilometers away.
Heart rate's too high. Gotta stop.
Can't bring up my Moby. Well, you actually have, once you're in group, you actually have a different party chat versus... We actually have a, when I hit F12, it actually brings up a party chat as opposed to the general world chat. I'm assuming maybe one of the other ones we can switch.
It's pretty awesome.
Maybe, but the commands definitely changed once we got grouped. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here now because I can't kill myself. I don't know what's going to happen if I close the client.
Might have to... I mean,
Let me
if you
just
just...
try exit. I got the window up, I got stuff. Let me just try exiting to menu. I mean, I don't have any other option at this point.
My O2 is definitely going down a lot more rapidly because I'm sprinting here. My heart rate's really high. It's 68% oxygen right now.
You see the constellation disappear?
I still have the waypoint for it. Right up here. Let my heart calm down a little bit before I run out of oxygen. Yeah, I still have the waypoint.
Of course, I may not be able to get back to you if the server gets full. See
Be
what happens.
unfortunate. I can probably still spawn the rover and try to finagle. It's hard to get into the
Nope, I got
constellation.
it. It wasn't quite full.
Nice.
See where it puts me. Worst comes to worst, I'll have to get another ship. I'll get one that I don't... Well, everything I guess will reset once we log.
You'd have to insurance claim the constellation, but you could, yeah, you could fly whatever over here.
Well, I'm curious
Constellation
if
is
you're
still
still there and we're still grouped. I'm curious if I can actually go back
And reclaim your
and
ship.
reclaim it.
I'm sure you can. It won't. The waypoint's not really a good judge if the ship is there or not, I've found, but waypoint is still there. Typically, if a ship has despawned, you see the distance on the waypoint go to 0 meters.
And there also, at least before the server, before the patch, there was it seemed like a whole lot of ships left over in the world, more than the previous build.
Just gonna hang out in the shade here for a second, let my heart calm down. Rapidly running out of oxygen, trying to run a kilometer on a moon here.
I wonder why my load times are so much longer than yours.
It varies. Sometimes it takes me 10-15 minutes. Sometimes it's 2 minutes.
Well, like that last one, I had started loading, you loaded after me and finished before I finished.
Got 16 minutes of air left.
So it did put me back on Crusader.
So there are oxygen stims, right? I should have probably checked into that. But you can get a stim pack that's essentially you jam into your space chute and inject a certain supply of oxygen into the space suit there. Should be interesting if I run out of oxygen before I get to Levski.
You weren't that far away.
It's a kilometer and change, and I've got.
You shouldn't run out of oxygen that fast.
And that's yeah, I agree, and it'd be something that we would need to bug report if that does happen.
So now it registers my Huila as unknown location.
Right. Well, it's here. It's still here. Let me confirm that. I still have a waypoint. I have 300 meters and change to go, and very little oxygen to make it there. So this is interesting. It's an interesting gameplay mechanic. Let's see if I can make it. I feel like I ran out of oxygen much too quickly. It might be something. Let me just try to do a leisurely walk here instead of a sprint. Let's see if that extends my O2 a little bit. Although, give me a year to get there. Something to this. I mean, my heart rate significantly lower. I'm using way less oxygen. It's gonna take me a significant amount of time to get to where I'm going, though. Probably not 8 minutes, so I'd probably survive. I've got roughly 8 minutes of O2 left. I'm assuming that is with a 60 beats per minute heart rate, so. I'm trying not to. Trying not to die. Seems like my oxygen consumption rate is dramatically decreased when I started just walking here, to the point where it's actually gone up a little. It was 8 minutes, and now it's like 8 minutes 12 seconds. So
we went to Delamar, right?
Huh?
Alright.
there are landing pads right by Levski, but the problem is if you land there, your ship basically goes into storage and despawns on you. We wanted to load the rover into it, which is why we didn't land here. It's why we landed a bit of ways away, and it turns out oxygen when you're sprinting across the moon is a very precious resource. Risk sprinting now. Those are the airlock doors over there. Oh my god, air. So that's interesting. And actually, it looks like it takes time to fill the tank once you're in a pressurized atmosphere. It's going up, but not as quickly as I thought it would.
Let it be compressed.
I wonder if I take my helmet off, if it would be faster. Which you can do. I haven't though, so this should be interesting. Undersuit, armor, miscellaneous. I'm guessing probably armor. Torso, arms, legs, helmet. Looks like... Maybe if I click this button? Not sure how to actually...
My ship might actually still be there.
I see the waypoint. It looks like it's here.
I just flew in too fast again, and now I'm freaking overshooting. Of course, I brought the Herald, which is fucking fast. I find it funny that the communications ship is one of the fastest ships in the game.
Yes,
I know it has its reasons, but I still
Did-
find it fun.
I did disequip my helmet, it looks like here. If I exit the third person. No, it says it's still there. That's interesting.
I see the circle for it, and the ship may actually be there. It is still there. Interesting. Let's see what happens when I go to interact with it. Alright. See if I can do this without screwing it up.
I think I put my helmet back on. Hopefully I don't suffocate now. Alright.
Apparently I'm not on level ground.
Oh yeah, Cat, I did figure out third person is F4. So you can't do it. Spawn a rover here. And then drive over to the constellation.
Ooh, that's big rocks right in front of me.
There, all set.
Raj 4. Looks like the rover did spawn.
Alright, I mean, this is a pain in the butt. If they can put backup cameras on freaking cars, they can put them on ships.
I know, right? Make one of the panels like a backup camera or whatever.
You need a face down, like a pointing straight down camera. There we go.
Alright, so I think I successfully equipped my helmet, otherwise I'd be dead right now. And there's the rover. That's pretty handy.
Alright, so
Bouncing around in the geometry a little though.
open exterior exit.
So, I can tell you right now, this rover's probably not going to work.
Why?
Because when I spawned it, it doesn't have any doors. So this is a bug that's been happening in 3.0, where things partially spawn. Like they spawn broken or whatever.
Well, we gotta see if I can even open this thing, or if I get tagged with stealing it, even though it's my ship.
Should be interesting, huh?
Well, we're gonna have to move this thing anyway because let me see where the
The ramp
Ramp
isn't. Yeah, it's not level. I noticed that too.
See, that's the same thing it was doing in the hangar. It's doing the exact same thing as in the hangar. It's like a foot off the ground. I wonder if that's just a glitch in general. Alright, what happens? Alright, so I can call the regular boarding elevator and it didn't tag me as stealing it. So I guess it recognizes it as mine. So you want me to try flying closer to you?
We don't need to. It actually would be interesting to have to drive this thing over to...
Because we're not going to be able to load it anyway.
So I'm gonna...
Should be waiting for you in the
It's
hangar.
creepy. Dude's face just... Alright, so I spawned the buggy. Now this is different than the rover. We'll see
The
how...
little gray cat?
Yeah, I was able to spawn it here. And
I don't even know if you'll make it out here with the gray cat. That's a freaking golf cart.
yeah, no, it is, but it'd be interesting to try, right? So, I did file a claim on the rover, and hopefully I will. The thing is tiny compared to the rover. Let's see if I can get in it. Enter driver's seat. Oh, we gotta start up. Engage systems. That's power on. So I guess since it's not flying, you can't make it flight ready. You just have to engage systems, evidently. I'm driving around in a gray cat. I'm gonna try to make it to the constellation, although we might end up having to like ramp it into the constellation or
Fly
something.
safe, okay?
Well, that one has even less clearance than the rover would.
It does. And it's interesting here, there's actually a panel in the middle of the gray cat, and I can interact with it. Just power, items. In a stealth mode. It's kind of cool.
Which way are you coming around, the left or the right of this? Or... 'cause I'm actually...
It's a good question. I'm coming around the right, but it's not very indicative of the direction because it will be totally different depending on your point of view.
Are you going clockwise or counterclockwise around the pit?
Counterclockwise.
So you're going this way.
I see you hovering there. And I am making my way towards you, 800 meters and closing, significantly faster even in the gray cat getting there.
Well, if you look for a flat spot near you, let's put it that way. See if you can, not necessarily a landing pad, but just look for a flat spot.
All right. Well, this is flat right here. Actually, right in front of me.
See, I don't see you at all, so you see me coming towards you?
You're
Probably
directly
angling
above me.
Above you right now?
Not directly, but you are above me. So what I've seen in the last 20 minutes or so, like ground vehicles are absolute must. You can't really navigate on foot because you run out of oxygen. Careful, you're not level there. You need to come a little bit to your left.
Maybe other spacesuits are more adapted to foot exploration.
And that's a good point. Yeah, there are. I'm in the flight
Player
suit.
below me?
Nope. You need to go left a little bit. I am in the flight suit, and chances are good that there's a minimal supply of oxygen in that suit versus a heavy suit, which might be more apt to doing breaches on decompressed outposts and whatnot. So yeah, you look clear under you. Maybe a little bit to the left. Careful going forward. I can't.
Yep, I'm just going forward, and then I'm going to swing just like this.
We've got a rock right underneath one of your landing gears here. Looks like. It's hard for me to tell though, because there's a light post directly underneath you. Yeah, you just landed on the light post.
Yeah, okay.
You need to come back.
Actually, I'm going
Well, you might be good there, actually.
to go forward just like that.
Hard for me to tell at this angle, but you might be good there. Oh, you clip the rock a little. You need to go forward about 3 meters. Then you're clear there.
Problem is, you have no. Am I flat?
Yep. You're good. If you want to power down, we need to.
Here, let's
No,
try this.
There's no way I'm getting in that cargo ramp, though.
Did I open the ramp or the hatch? I just opened the exterior. I just don't know what I opened. I did it from the pilot's seat.
Nothing changed out here. I see the cargo ramp is down, though. It's
Alright, let's
just
try it.
there's no way I can get to it. We need this. Oh, I just saw the hatch. The cargo ramp just raised.
Okay, so you can raise and lower the cargo ramp from the pilot's seat.
That's pretty awesome.
Now you see it opening.
It's opening.
Okay.
Does not come down far enough for me to get the
Far
gray
enough,
cat
yeah.
in there.
It's the same way with the rover. I'm not sure what's going on with it. Did the same thing in the hangar.
Might be able to fit the gray cat in the Starfarer, though.
Yeah, you can. I've done that on the before. The little tricky getting it. Oops. Ooh, what the fuck? Oh no!
I'm just gonna be backing up here.
All right. All right. I think I can come this way just a tad. There.
I mean, I might be able to like ramp off of something and kind of, or if you backed up to a rock and I kind of went off of the rock.
Why does this thing go forward so much faster than everything else?
Engines are as big as a house. Here we go. All or nothing.
Oh, what the fuck?
I just rear-ended you, and my gray cat's on fire, I think. How do I get out? Shit, how do I get out? I'm totally dying. I don't see an exit.
If there's fire, that means there's oxygen, so why do we need the suits?
That's a good point. I don't know, it just started glowing. I think it might be on fire. It could just be lights, but... Okay, run away, run away. Okay, it's not on fire. It looked like it was, though. It's damaged, it's smoking. Alright,
You want to
let's
try landing in the hangar just for the hell of it?
landing in the hangar. Oh,
Like the big hangar bay? Like take this into the hangar bay?
I've never tried. I wouldn't even know how.
You just request permission. I watched somebody else do it. You just request permission from the control. Go ahead and jump on board.
Alright, let me...
You might want to not want to use the cargo bay. Use the...
Yeah.
Let me close the cargo bay. Close exterior.
Okay.
Another cool thing. Go ahead.
You just kind of locked off my access there. You wanna open the cargo bay again?
No, I was gonna say you might want to use the regular boarding hatch, not the cargo bay, because then I got bugged out earlier and stuck on the, like you said, the ladders get buggy.
Hmm.
I got stuck on the ladders. Like
Okay.
every time I go up the ladder, I'd immediately start climbing back down.
Yeah, I'll use the regular elevator, but I need you to lower it because I can't.
Oh, you can't. All
I
right.
can use all the everything in the ship, but exterior doors and stuff appear to be locked to me.
I guess I gotta power this thing off. Let me look out of curiosity. Nope, I was gonna try the other side, see if there was a different control for the... Oh, you know what? Shit.
You're kind of listing now.
I'm already out of the seat now, so I don't have any... But I am gonna try something real quick.
You're almost flipping over.
On my screen, I'm fine. Well, now I see it tipping. Let me get back in this thing. I don't know if I can save it.
Should be able to.
Let me try. I saw one other thing over here. Now,
Yeah, you're righted now, but...
now try the hatch.
Okay, did you unlock it? Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I can use it now.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that because people were saying the unlock and lock feature wasn't working, but I can unlock it from the seat.
It actually does work. When you unlocked it, I can now interact with external elements.
I just tried it now when I remembered seeing it underneath the open and close exterior.
Actually, hold on. I'm gonna try something here. It might mean we have to respawn. So
Did I get out of the seat?
that elevator might be big enough for the Grey Cat.
No, I don't think it is.
Might be.
You're still.
Crazy.
No, it's not all. It's not on the ground basically, right? So I still can't get to it.
Yeah, let's try this. Now that we've unlocked it and seen that you can get access for that, see if you can jump in the pilot seat.
Okay, yeah, I'll try.
And then, and as soon as I get out of the pilot seat, it starts acting crazy again. And then Czar will be able to see the view from the pilot seat. What the hell are you doing back there?
I don't know, man. Like the elevator went up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, here we
I
go.
see you in the floor.
Getting in the pilot seat right now, actually.
Yeah, now I see it. So I'll show you something else that's kind of cool. Oh, what the hell just flew over us? What the hell? Somebody, the player just flew right over us.
Buzz does in a Gladius. I saw that.
Before you do stuff with your Mobi-Glass, if you, after you power it on and get everything started, change one of your panels there to the comm panel.
Okay. Done. Left ski landing control, and then I've got a comm button here.
Hit the one that looks like the Wi-Fi comm button, and you can actually do it from that as opposed to the Mobi-Glass.
That's pretty legit.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That part I did like. I actually had to use that. My Mobi-Glass got bugged out, and I couldn't open it at Olisar, but I was actually able to get permission to land by doing that. It's kind of cool. Ooh, you might want to get some altitude.
Yeah. Probably a good idea. My thrusters don't appear to be thrustering.
Just assume the Evans key binds because it's his ship.
Wouldn't that be
Can you
interesting?
imagine?
Wouldn't that be
It is pretty cool though. Like, I don't know if you looked over when I was doing it when you had this view, Czar, but as he's actually doing stuff, he's actually moving the joystick and throttle as he's flying, and it reacts to the same way he's maneuvering.
So I'm definitely flying the ship, and I have control. I can change the panels. I can strafe left. I can crash crash the ship.
Okay, do this.
But I don't have thruster control.
Let's see. Comms, weapons, shields, energy. Let's try energy. Stealth, no. They have power. There is a specific keybind for thrusters. I think it's number 5 when you're in the ship. I don't know if it turns them on and off entirely, but there is a key binding specifically for thrusters, and I believe it's number 5.
Just hit 5 and it turned the shields on and off.
Thrusters, no, 6. Sorry, 6. 6 is thrusters toggle, so that might have potentially turned your thrusters off. I don't know why, but you'd have something like that.
I toggled
Other than just-
Engines are off.
5 is shields, 6 is thrusters.
Engines are on.
Guns off, those are off.
Alright, well,
Takeoff complete.
it's kind of slow.
Well, if you've gotten permission, then one of those bays should have a line sticking out of it. Do you have landing gear down? You should still
Confirming
have it
that I
down.
have. I'm confirming I have thruster control. And now that
Well, I
I'm off
think
the
if-
ground, I do, so I should be able to land.
So, if anything, maybe I don't know how far out you can do the auto land, but you might try.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot. But I need to request control here, or request landing, which I'm gonna do.
Yeah, do that. Actually, let me try some.
I already did. Sorry.
Okay. No, I was gonna see if I could do it from this seat.
Okay, I got permission. I have a landing indicator here.
Yep.
I'm gonna drop the
Landing
landing.
gear raised.
It actually just opened. I don't know if that's me that did it or not, but I actually hit it, and it opened. Now the other bay over there is opening. I was thinking I was gonna get the.
So it's not letting me auto land. So this should be interesting.
Maybe you just got to get closer over it. The auto land should just still be hold
Hold N, yeah.
N, but I think I may have seen something different on that one. Let me pull up the.
Nope, it's not letting me auto land if I hold N. Is there a modifier for it?
The modifier is just to hold it. Landing mode toggle, and then auto land is just holding it. But I remember seeing something else referencing landing. Let me see if I can find it.
We'll just try manual.
Landing target. Lock on. I think you have to use the F key. If there's a center point or that line or something, you can actually hover over and then hit the F key and see if it. Just don't hold it. Just hit it. It says landing target lock on.
I think we're good here. I'm in the bay. I'm coming down slowly.
Landing complete.
Lower your nose just a tad. Okay. Nope. Now.
Takeoff complete.
There
Landing
you-
complete. Takeoff complete. Landing complete.
There you go. Now, well, it's not really settling. It's kind of.
Yeah.
Part of our problem too is, well, at least on my screen, I know you came up in it, but on my screen,
Takeoff
the
complete.
boarding elevator shows down. I'm using the third person view.
See if
Like
I
right
can-
now, we're like 2 feet off the ground with landing skids. What the fuck? The boarding ramp just went up. Those round circular hatches on the side just opened and closed.
So I did the close exterior here. Okay. Let's see if-
Right now, you're about 2 feet off the
Landing
ground.
complete.
You're
Takeoff complete.
right now, it just doesn't want to settle. It's hard to get it to
Landing complete.
touch. stop right there.
Ship.
You should be. There you go.
They're,
Perfect.
they've got to work the collision interface with the world
Yep,
and all
that's
that.
perfect right there.
Yeah, so we're powered off, we're landed. And yeah, that's one thing that definitely needs quite a bit of work, is perfecting the auto. With a ship like this, it's so big, manual landing is almost unfeasible unless they give you some camera control, like Evan was saying.
I don't know. It just dawned on me right now, but if we can put backup cameras on cars, they can put a camera on the bottom.
Yeah.
And then with the bigger ships like the Starfarer and the Caterpillar. I'm afraid to go out of the side hatch because when I fell off the thing is when I clipped through the world when I fell. I think I'm just gonna use.
So I just called in. We'll see if it comes up.
I'm not seeing anything. You just called the table.
Yeah, I pulled the table up. I was curious if it worked. Yeah, I'm not seeing the airlock actually opening. We might have to use the...
Well, there it goes. Now it's coming up.
Okay.
It's here now. I'm not getting the actual use interface. I see it there.
Here we go.
That's what it did to me earlier. It went like halfway down or a quarter way down and just stopped.
Alright, I'm gonna... God, everything on the ship is...
Alright, don't lower the ramp yet, just climb down and we'll see if...
Yeah, I'm just getting in the cargo bay.
This is where I got bugged out last time, but we'll see. Alright, so if you point at the side walls, you should...
Open door. Okay, I got it. Yep, we're coming
That's
down.
weird, That's weird, I'm not getting those interfaces anymore.
I think the ship may be transferred to my control somehow. Well, it's significantly closer to the deck, but it's still not touching it. So. Alright, so successfully landed a constellation on the pad in Levski. Look at that freaking door up top. That is huge. It's impressive, huh?
I wish we could launch the Merlin off the back. That's the next thing I want.
Yeah. Be challenging engineering-wise for them to accomplish.
What's that?
Launching the Merlin. Just because, like, the way that their geometry works, when you go inside of a space station or a docking like this, right, you become part of that. So when you launch the Merlin, you essentially decouple yourself from the constellation, you become your own entity, and
Right.
it should be, from a programming perspective, pretty hard to accomplish.
That may be one of those things that they may have to just fudge it and come up with something. Alright. So what happens if we leave the ship here? It's now logged. It's just
It should say stored.
Alright, let's see.
So we're coming up on customs now after we land.
Yep.
We gotta pass through customs and they're gonna take our guns. We don't shoot people. Did you call the elevator?
Yeah. Thought I did.
I heard a beep. Oh, there it goes.
Alright, so where are we at? Hangar 2. Assuming that is relevant. Here's the ships. Let me see what this thing says for the ship.
So your constellation is still there. I've got the waypoint for it, so...
Oh, I just want to see if it actually registers as being...
On the pad?
Like the Buccaneer... What did we do with the Buccaneer?
You abandoned it on the moon surface.
Oh, that's where we had to quit. That's where we crashed. That's when the server reset. Okay, that's on Port Olisar. Constellation registers as at Levski stored, so I guess we're good there.
Oh, neat.
You've got all these ships?
Huh?
Yeah, sure.
Well, we have
For the most
some
part.
of these, and some of these they've given us access to. Like if you look at the very top, we actually have access to the pirate Caterpillar right now.
Yeah, so the Caterpillar I don't have, but I do have most of these. Vanguard, yes. Hornets, yes. I don't have a Nox. Do have an Argo, because that comes with bigger ships. Have a
You should
Dragonfly.
test out the Nox and see if you want to pick one up when they put them on sale today. I think tomorrow. Nox is pretty cool looking, I had to admit.
Yeah.
I'd recommend checking it out before.
Before buying it. I definitely will. Not right now, though. I want to check out Levski a little bit.
Yep.
So here's customs. We pass through the customs agent. Doesn't seem like he cares if we're armed or not. Levski's a little bit more of a kind of a less regulated area anyway, so.
Alright. Just do anything.
Go down to
Gives
the
the-
market here.
Gives the interface thing, but it doesn't do anything. It gives the interface symbol.
For what?
On that screen in front of the maintenance, the limited Liberty maintenance.
Oh yeah, I saw that. It's like that panel's offline or something.
Yeah, but it actually gives the interface like it's workable. Like you can click on it, but it doesn't do anything. See, are you still up here, or did you already take the elevator?
I'm still up here,
I just stepped in the elevator.
right behind you.
Okay. So we're going to the Grand Barter. Grand Barter, Customs, and the other two don't go anywhere. Okay. So we're going there.
Notice the frame rates on Levski are significantly worse compared to Port Olisar, but there's so
Yeah,
much more rendering.
Yeah, there's a lot much going on. The other people in streaming online were having the same thing last night. There was, if I see it,
This game has huge potential.
Well, this
They
game-
can really work out the reports, and the scope is really what they said it's going to be in grander than.
So far, they've held true to it. I mean, everything they've kind of wanted to do is more or less in the game in a very, very, very early alpha phase right now.
power and control unit. You can actually go down to the power and the control unit.
Yeah, so you'll be able to, and bigger outposts like this, probably not so much, but you'll be able to actually go and like cut power to
Well,
some outposts.
it actually, well, it opens up and it actually opens up into a tunnel.
Yeah, you can go down in there and you can see the power generators and whatnot, but you can't interact with them just yet.
It looks like had some kind of accident or something. Everything's fucked up down here.
I saw this all like destroyed. Part of the
Yeah.
part of the moon collapsed right there or something.
You can still keep going down.
There's an aquarium, rare species fish dealer here.
I wonder if you can actually put them in your aquarium.
Let's see. I don't think you can.
Because they did, you had that aquarium, but it came empty, and you actually had to buy or somehow get the fish to put in it, and there was different
Hanger, yeah.
hanger, and there was different.
Right now, it doesn't seem like it's, you know, interactable or anything's purchasable just yet.
So there is an NPC down here that looks like he's selling stuff, but he doesn't actually do anything.
Was that you? Yeah, he's like in front of a, looks like a hot dog stand or something.
Did I end up in? Oh, wow, that's weird. I actually looped into this room by going through that power thing.
Yeah, this is the barter area.
But it could actually connect it up and looped around and connected in here.
Yeah.
Because I went through the other way, yeah. Yeah, these were the clothes I saw the person looking at. The trench coat costs more than armor.
Yeah, it's true, it does. I saw that. So here's the different armor sets.
Where did you go?
I mean, I think it's called Grundies or Gordies or...
Did you stay on this level or did you go up or down?
I stayed on this level, I went
Yep,
up.
I see Gordy's. Yep, yep.
Yeah. Armor looks pretty good. There are some different ones. Looks like there's one here that doesn't have a full helmet, so probably not space worthy.
You know, these three here were the ones that were being sold at Grimhex. But try them on. I think it was this one. I don't know if it still allows you the try option.
It does. The left one?
Try. Oh, there we go. Try it.
On suit.
Well, it's not showing it. No, maybe because you did it.
Oh, I took it off the shelf and you can't access
Yeah,
it
you
now?
actually take it off. Yeah, you actually take it off the shelf. Pretty funny.
That's pretty awesome. So I can exit here. It should go back up there.
Well, you don't actually get the good view because it doesn't do it, but the view out of that helmet, because I bought one of these in the in 2.6, because you see how it's got the narrow eye holes and everything, it actually cuts off your view, like around the tops and bottom and sides of your screen.
Interesting. So yeah, you get like the pinhole view, like you're in a
Yep.
jousting
And it actually flips your
helmet.
view. The biggest thing it actually affected me, it wasn't the full, like the seeing out of two eye holes, but you just had it cut in around the bottoms and top and side to the point where mainly on your ship you actually lost, you know, portions of your cockpit that you could otherwise see